Hello, Steve Dennis here today. I'm excited to come to you on Facebook Live for a brief moment. Again, our world now, our nation, our whole world is experiencing what we call pretty much a crisis. And I just finished shooting some videos I plan on sending out to a lot of my corporate clients on leading in tough times. And so I just finished, but at the same time I thought, why not go live on Facebook and share with Facebook friends and family and so forth, and some of the things I've actually talked about and shared in the studio. So I want to kind of give you a couple of those, okay? Basically, the whole purpose of Leading in Tough Times, that whole series, was to add some value and to also connect and communicate with leaders who are out there on the front line and leading their people and navigating through tough times. And so with that concept, let me kind of share with you some things we talked about. One of them was this, that in tough times, leaders make good choices. And in making good choices, we talked about some choices that you make during a crisis. So real quickly, I want to share with you, those who are watching, what are some choices that you can make in the midst of a crisis, okay? And choice number one that you make during a crisis, you're making courageous decisions. You make courageous decisions during a crisis. Example, those decisions are things that must, in other words, what is it that must be done? What is it that must be done? I remember growing up as a kid when my father was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And I was about 15 years old when it first happened, but at 16, my mom walked down in my room one Saturday morning and she said to me, she said, "Son, your father is sick, and other family members are asking us, talking to us about putting him in a nursing home." Mom said to me, "What do you think?" And I'll never forget it as long as I live. At 16 years old, I said to my mom, I said, "Mom, I think we can make it. I think we can go through this together, and we can take the family that we have here and just work through this whole crisis together." Didn't use that word at that time, but the same meaning. But my whole point is this, and we did that, we made that decision, and 4 years later my father passed, but after we made that decision, my mom and I never forget the day, even during my father's funeral, my mom and I looked at each other and we thought, you know what, at the same time, we're so glad that 4 years prior, we made the decision to keep him at home. Because in a crisis, you and I literally have to make courageous decisions. Number two, priority decisions. So important. What must be done first? First things first and last things not at all, okay? So it is so vitally important that you and I, in the midst of a crisis, make priority decisions. Knowing and recognizing what is it that comes first? What do I need to do that will benefit the whole team? Or in your case, perhaps, maybe, what can I do that will be more beneficial for my family? Making those priority decisions. And then number three, I love this one, change decisions. Change decisions. What is it that must be done differently? My friend, as you know, that even when we get the green light, that everything is back to, not necessarily back to normal, but things have changed. And we're back to living our lives without the social distancing and being the 10 feet apart and all of that kind of stuff. It won't necessarily go back to complete normal. There will be some changes that we've made that we'll probably have to continue to make. But here's the good news, and I shared this on our videos earlier. The good news is simply this. We will get through this. And you know what else? We're going to come out better. Yeah, I believe that with all of my heart, that when this is all done, said and done, we're going to be better, bigger on the inside, as well as brighter than ever before. Think about it right now. You're making some creative decisions. You're making decisions and choices that are helping you creatively. I love this statement. Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. The question is, what are you learning, even right now, in the midst of this crisis? And then the fourth type of decision that you're going to make, again, I kind of alluded to it already, would be creative decisions. Creative decisions basically means, what are my options? And whatever my options are, let me recognize which ones will be the best ones for me to make that will give me the best return. Okay? So creative decisions, so vitally important. And I love number five. The fifth type of decision that you and I make during a crisis, and this is so important, please keep this in mind, is called support decisions. Support decisions. Support decisions simply says, who can help me? Let me share my heart with you right quick, okay? If you're going through a tough time and you're feeling the weight of what we're dealing with now, don't go at it alone. There are some people out there that can be a help to you. If you're having thoughts in your mind, if you're feeling the effects of the anxiety, reach out to somebody, okay? You need support. We all need support. Reach out. Here's what I found out. There's a principle in the Bible that says, he who refreshes others will himself be refreshed. It is amazing how if you make the phone call, if you send a text message to encourage somebody else, you're going to find this to be the truth. That when you do that to somebody else, you get refreshed in the process. This past weekend, my wife and I did it. We thought about an aunt that works in the medical field. And we had talked to her since all of this has happened. And so we called her up and she answered the phone and she was so glad that we called her. And we, just want to check on her and send our love to her and let her know we were praying for her, keep her in our thoughts. And she felt so good that we reached out. In fact, these are the words she said to us. She said, "Thank you so much for calling me." So at the same time, we even felt better because we reached out to her as well. So again, the support decisions. Who can help me during this time? Okay, so gang, thank you for tuning in to this Facebook Live. Not going to hold you long, but I want to encourage you and remind you that you and I have two choices in looking at this whole crisis. It can either be the world is coming to an end, we're not going to make it. If that's your train of thought, then you might want to go and turn me off right now. Just hit the stop button, okay? I want to talk to those who are believing with me that this is not the end of the world. This is not the end. That could it be that we're literally in the birth canal of an emerging future like we've never seen before. And I want to encourage you with this. It's a wonderful opportunity for you and I to recognize that could it be that we're positioned properly, that when this is all over, we're going to step into legendary status. That simply means you're going to be prepared and ready and energized to do some things you've never done before. One of my favorite sitcom TV shows, Star Trek. When the show is coming on, the guy who's giving like the commentary of the show, he says to boldly go where no one has gone before. And I want to encourage you as you prepare yourself and equip yourself, that you're going to be stepping into legendary status. And when this is all over, you're going to go where no one else has gone before. I hope that these decisions and these different making good choices has been a big help to you. And I believe, again, I want to encourage you, this too shall pass. So thank you so much for tuning in. Be well.